Hello and welcome back again to rF2 and Maddell Goes Racing, having a look at the new bits and pieces that are coming in the last day or two. Let's had a look at the BMW M4 GT3 in the last one whilst we were checking out the UI. Now we're going to have a look at Daytona International Speedway, the Ligier LMP3 car, and the new Dallara IR-18, I think it is, which is the new Indycar. The options on Daytona, you have the road course and you have the Super Speedway Oval. We're going to have a look at the road course first, and we're going to do that with not one of them, but if I can find it, what am I looking for? Ligier. What's that? That's an L, yeah. The JS P320, I believe it is, and I'm trying to remember what car I drove so that I've got the right settings for. I just want to go here and just check the control. Yeah, hopefully that's all right. Like I said, I had just changed my on-wheel settings, so I don't know if that's going to make any difference. I'm not going to bother with any AI for this. It's going to be a case of a slow lap and then a quick lap around Daytona. Daytona is an interesting place. It's one of those that I don't mind it. It's not somewhere that I instantly go, oh, must drive at Daytona. It's probably most interesting because of the amount of people who partake in things like the 24-hour in iRacing as much as anything. It is a bit of a staple now with a lot of places, so there's Amos2 has got it. I was just trying to remember it. Is it in Race Room? I don't think it is it? Right, setup wise, I forgot to check something. Are we on a low downforce or are we on a medium downforce? Bollocks. Sonic will go out as is and see what it feels like. There is an option of a low downforce, high or normal downforce, and a Le Mans setting. So we're on the possibly highest downforce setting, which is probably not what you want around here to go around the banking, but we'll see what sort of lap times I do, and if I can actually remember what sort of lap times I was doing the other day when I had a quick practice. Love the big orange yellow thing. Go that way. Okay, I'll go that way. Now, one thing about the pit lane is you're still in the pit lane. Don't turn off your pit limiter yet, or else you'll get the usual, you've been so naughty and you've been speeding. This is the end of the pit lane just here, so now you can turn it off. Now I did say I was going to have a slow go here, didn't I? So we'll put yourself on the nose of the car, because there is no chase cam. We'll have to go with the nose. I have to say, it looks really, really nice. They've done an excellent job of it. The track surface, you can see, is got plenty of little undulations in it and bops and little dinks in it. Curbs, they're quite rough in places. One or two of them are quite high, but presumably it's all scanned. There's a few marshals. I don't know. There's do they actually have a difference between the practice and race sessions on how many people are in stands and things? I can't remember. But I have to say, it does look lovely. Like I said, I've got everything turned up to 11 on this at the moment, so I think the only thing I haven't wound right up is the anti-aliasing, because it looks fine as it is. I'm not that worried. I don't mind the odd little jag here and there. Banking interesting pull here and there from the car as it's going onto the banking. It's now trying to turn left constantly as it follows the banking round. Should I salute? No, probably not. But one thing I did notice the other day when I was just having a quick test is if you get down on this yellow line, it doesn't drag you about. So try and avoid getting right down there. Helicopter floating about up there. I'm assuming the thing up the side actually gives you a full list of positions as you go around in lifetime. No reason why it wouldn't. This is one of those horrible corners that you either get right or you get wrong, and when you get it wrong it can be a massive pain in the arse. On a roundabout where the white line is at the 100 metre mark probably. This is quite difficult to spot. The curbs are now got these extra bits on them and they're a bit lumpy. Trying to get in and out of it without killing yourself. It's, I don't know whether it was just this car when I was trying it. I can't really demonstrate, but I'll show you that it just, I didn't have a lot of front end feel out of it when I was going through there on the brakes. You turn in on the brakes and it's, is it or isn't it? So it was like I said, I have changed the FFB since I was doing that the other day, so we'll see if it makes a difference. Like I said, the BMW M4 was lovely, quite nice on the brakes. You can actually get extra weight through the steering and feel it coming up. Massively fast banking. In its low downforce I was getting up to about 180, I think it was in this. Like I said, I might have got the wrong setup on it. I might have the higher downforce one. That's the pit line on the left there, so if you're going to pit, try not to speed through that because you will get stuffed for it. Right, let's get back in the car and try and do a couple of laps. Like I said, really nicely modelled, loads of people up there. Very cold tyres, not great, lost the front end of it. This thing has traction control but no ABS, so you do have to be a bit careful. I'm just trying to remember if it's actually got the brake pressure wound down a bit. It might not have. That was one of the things I did find, is I had to wind the brake pressure down quite a bit to stop me locking the fronts a lot. It's also a pain in the arse to see out of. You probably want to put yourself right in the either right on the dash or a bit further back, because you should be able to see out the side window, I think. But on tighter corners with the view I've got here, it's very easily blocked on that side, so a bit of a pain. What sort of speeds are we getting? Oh yeah, that's definitely not a lot of feel on the front end on the brakes, which is not nice. I have to check to see whether or not I can't remember if it loads and automatically loads a setup or not, because I did wind it down to about 80% of whatever it was on default for the brake pressure to try and get a little bit more. Yeah, you know, about 180 miles an hour through there, so I can just about feel to the point where it's getting some extra load on the brakes, but it's locking the brakes so quickly that it doesn't actually help a lot. If you could see the tyre thing in the corner there, it's very bright red right front there. So yes, you could probably put on the ABS if they allow it to get around the slight braking issues, but I'd like something that would give me a bit more feel about what's happening. Basically, you lock the front brakes, lock the front wheels, and you end up with there's no steering action until everything goes light. But it's very hard to tell when you're on the verge of locking. It doesn't feel good through there at all, really. It's got a sort of, you turn in on the brakes and it all feels a bit nebulous, like am I really turning in? Whether it needs a bit more weight, a bit less weight, change of caster maybe to help. I can just about feel that I'm locking up there, and whoops, that wasn't good. I think I have actually turned the tyre squirrel down a bit because it was a bit loud on one of the other cars, and now it's not loud enough on this one. I think it's one of these, with a little bit of work, the car would probably be a lot better. I mean, it drives alright, it's not telling me what it's doing enough to know when I'll lock the front end again there. It's just going to drift wide. Because I couldn't really tell from the FFB the front end had locked up properly. And I couldn't hear it either from the tyre squirt, so... But you have to be very, very cautious here. Make sure you don't lock. Oh shit. And also don't bounce off the curb on the inside. Right. Yes. Oh, I think that's... let's have a look. Where's the brake pressure? Yes, I'm at 100% still, so... We'll knock it down to 70%. See if it helps. It's also on medium tyres. I don't think you got anything other than medium and rain, so yep. Don't know what else you could do. What about caster? Where's the caster? Got caster adjustment? Don't think there is any caster adjustment, is there? Am I going mad? I don't see any caster. Oh, there it is. Can't adjust it anyway, so bollocks. That's a pain. I mean, things like this is front pickup. What the bloody hell does that mean? Just try that again. A couple of laps. It would be really nice if I actually just put it in the garage here rather than having to drive from in the bloody car park. Why R-Factor has that, I don't know. It's always bugged the crap out of me. The amount of times I've started and gone, I don't know where the hell I'm going. Just put us on the bloody pit. Right, let's see if we can warm the tyres up a bit before we... Yeah, it's a bit better. Not locked up instantly. Oops. That was bloody terrible, that was. The curbs are really quite... Oh, shit. Let's try that again, shall we? Luckily I've got invulnerability on. Didn't really get the tyres up to temperature before I did something silly there. That felt better because it didn't instantly lock the front end, so at least felt like I got some turning. And now at least I can trail brake all the way to the bloody apex as well, which I couldn't because I just couldn't feel what was going on because it was just far too easy to lock up. So yeah, amazing what just a simple adjustment in your tyre pressure, brake pressure will do. Or probably an adjustment in your tyre pressure might help as well. But again, now all of a sudden I can actually trail it all the way to the apex, even though I did miss the apex like there. Yes, much better. So tip number one, make sure your default is set so your brake pressure isn't too high. And don't jump over the curves too much. That was a bit of a bollocks up, wasn't it? Let's try and at least get it right once. I'm not sure whether it's the extra bits and pieces on those curves is causing most of the problem, or whether it's just me being an arsehole. Don't answer that. Yeah, that was terrible, that wasn't it? Oop. Where are you going? Let's at least try one clean lap. That's all we want. I would like to be sitting a bit further forward, like I say, a bit further around the banking, but it is what it is. Right, let's try and brake just a little bit earlier. Yeah, I think those extra white bits on the curves are upsetting the car quite a lot, so whether you'd need to maybe make a bit of an adjustment on the high-speed damping to try and ride them a bit better or something, I don't know. Oop, bit wide. Trying to brake a little bit too late there. Don't know where that plane's coming from, or going to. I presume it's just taken off from the nearby airport. Right, well, I have to say that with the adjustment, that's definitely improved it a lot. It doesn't feel like it's locking instantly now, so it does feel like it's going to go where you want it to, more or less. It's going to be a slightly crap lap again. I did a 43 something the other day, yesterday, when I was just having a quick couple of laps to see what the car felt like. Obviously not feeling the love today. Either, or I've got a different setup on and it's not working as well. Okay, whatever. Right, well, that's the Ligier. I just, like I said, I forgot to check to see what setup it had, but yeah, definitely lowering the brake pressure would be a bright move, because otherwise it's just so easy to lock up the fronts and you end up no steerage, strangely enough. If I go into the customised bit, just have a look to see what options you've got for your aero package. Sprint low downforce, it was set to low downforce anyway, so you've got high downforce, which is your standard package that you'd use on most circuits, I'd assume. Low downforce, obviously somewhere where you want lots of straights, less corners. Maybe Spa would be quite good with a low downforce, a bit hard to tell. Then they've got the Le Mans, which is presumably ultra low downforce, because there's obviously a lot of straights. So the bump stops bit, no idea. It does. I mean, you changed the bump stop and that changed as well, so it's very confusing. Oh, that's actually telling me. I thought it was going to come up there, not there. That's confusing. So, yes. But again, nice looking car. Yep, zoom in a bit. Nicely modelled. Nice detailing. That's the Ligier LMP3 car. Now, if we go change track and we're going Speedway, and we'll have a look at the Dallara. Is it listed? No, it's listed under Indycar, isn't it? Just to be awkward. It was already the older version, the DW12. The newer version is the IR-18. This is I don't know how much difference there is. Obviously they got the new halo with the screen and everything for safety. How much different chassis wise there is in the two. I presume this is the version they bought out for 2018, 1918. That was a long time ago. Brain, come on. Now, obviously, this is in its super fast oval stroke super speedway setup with hardly a wing in sight on the back. There's scarily scant amount of wing. You can change that halo transparency. Configuration wise, you've got Indy 500 oval. The difference between the Indy and the oval appears to be the fact that for the Indy it's got a specific set of red tyre walls. Whatever. Short oval configuration appears to be basically the same body kit as you'd use more or less on the road. I think there was a bit more flap at the back here. So yeah, presumably slightly more downforce available. So yes, that's your difference. Then you can set things like the wheelbase, 118, 119, 20, and this 21. For the Speedway, they recommend that. So steering method, all of this like front geometry descriptions. I mean, what's it all about? I haven't got a bloody clue. All it does is it tells you what the roll centres are, and it's like, really? Whatever. No idea. I will leave it as is. It probably means that this thing will handle like a piece of crap compared to what it should handle like, but we're just going to do a couple of laps around, make sure I've got the track selected. Daytona, just have a look around. It's probably a bit silly to run at Daytona because I don't think they run Indy cars at Daytona now. I think they run Indianapolis around the Indy 500 oval or quadruple, whatever you should call it, and then also they run the road course at Indy, but they don't run at Daytona as far as I'm aware this year. We're just going to do a few laps. Now, setup wise, you don't need to worry about it too much because frankly you ain't going to be using the brakes, so you don't need to worry about them. I think the main thing you'll notice is that you should see that I've got the wrong bloody setting here. It should have different cambers left and right. Did I leave it on sodding road course? Nope. No, I did. Nope. This is why it should assume certain... I thought it did this. I thought if you had an oval course and an oval car, it would automatically go, you need that sodding. So why you don't appear to have that anymore, I don't know. I want that on oval. It's just bloody annoying because it means you can go in with a completely wrong setup and have to come out again, and it's an annoyance. I might have to chop this video about a bit. Right, let's have a quick look. You should now have right, that's better. Positive camber, negative camber. So both sets of wheels are leaning that way rather than doing that. So I would also expect to see your ride heights are all over the place and your springs. It's weird. Sometimes it seems to select different springs and other times it doesn't. I don't know whether there's something really strange going on here. But that looks sensible. More ride height on the right than the left. Maybe it was the Indy setup was a bit weird. Because it had, even on this I would expect to see different spring rates and different damping rates left and right. You might hit that. Hit that. Nope. First thing you'll notice as you're driving along is you don't want to go in a straight line, it's always turning left. Because of the way it's set with the ride heights and the cameras, it actually makes the car turn left all the time anyway, so across the line here rather than going around because, well, now this has got a reasonably evenly spaced gearbox compared with the Indy 500 version. You have to be a bit careful because you effectively get a weird camber change coming out of there. But the track, again, same basic circuit as the road course, so all nicely modelled. The banking's all, it's got a bit of life to it. It's not ridiculous. Again, you can actually feel as you start to come out of the corner, you can feel the wheel pulling the other way. It's all a bit strange, and you have to try and turn right whilst you're going down the straights to keep it all nice and straight. But I know that needs a little bit more gearing. It'll be interesting to see how it feels with other cars if you were following a few around. But it works really nicely around here. I did actually try one of the tin tops around here as well, the stock car. That felt really good around here as well. This round Indy with the Indy setup is a bit lively for my liking. At default, you might want to maybe give it a little bit more front aero or a bit less rear aero, or the other way around, to sort of balance it out a bit. But yeah, basically you can drive around here all day with just going like a clap as a hell without doing anything too clever, and it just goes around nicely. I don't think there's a lot more to say other than, yeah, it's quite good around here. Now, like I said, the overall gearbox is slightly different to the Indy gearbox. Indy gearbox, you can do 215 miles an hour or something in fourth gear, and then fifth and sixth are very small steps after that. But this thing is actually pretty good around here. It's quite good. I've tried it at the Indianapolis road course. It's pretty good around there as well. Good amount of feedback. Again, you do have to be a bit careful about the brakes. Again, a little bit easier to lock the fronts, and once you've locked them, you do get a hell of a lot, or I was getting, although again I've changed the settings on the wheel a bit. Whether it'll make a difference going from peak to linear on the wheel here, in terms of the amount of rattling you get from flat spotting is horrendous. So, but I think that should cover it. I might add a little bit of a couple of laps around Indy road course on top of this, but if I don't, from me for now, enjoy racing, have fun. These are all available. They're about £4.50 for the cars, £7.50ish for the track. It's a really nice version of Daytona. They have got a good selection of cars now, endurance and GT cars to go around it. They have added the LMP3 to the endurance pack, but if you've already bought the endurance pack, you don't get it for nothing. Likewise, the GT3 BMW has been added to the GT3 pack, and again, if you've already bought the GT3 pack, you don't get it added for nothing. I think you have to buy it separately, which is a little bit of an arse thing to do, but whatever. They do have to make money at the end of the day to carry on producing more stuff. So, but for me, for now, unless, like I said, unless I add the few laps around the Indy road course, which I might do, that will do, and I'll catch you again soon. Goodbye. Bye. I didn't remember it from the last time. Whatever. Right, let's try it round here. It's quite rough and lumpy around here. This bit. Must remember, turn right. And wait patiently to get the line, because this is a horrendously long pit lane. And as I said, the changing from going peak to linear on the wheel has definitely made everything a bit lighter, so I probably could have done with possibly increasing it a bit. I think this is the right way around this bit, not around the other bit. Now this is the Indianapolis Grand Prix road course, which I think is the correct layout that they use for the Indianapolis, or the Indycar race series. Whoop, don't forget to brake for this bit, because I nearly forgot that bit. Because the old road course actually just went straight round here, joining up back there, so nearly shot myself in the foot there, didn't I? Right, around about the 400 feet, I think it is. Now, I have actually wound down the braking a little bit, but it's still quite tricky. Not winding there, not logging up the front. Probably shouldn't have gone down the extra gear there, but I have to say, around here it doesn't feel too bad. A little bit light maybe on sort of aero load feeling, which, like I said, is probably down to the fact I've changed my settings, which won't help. So around here you want to look for the 400 board-ish, about there somewhere will be about right, and then make a nice big S here. Front end's feeling like it's got a little bit of a lack of bite, but again that might just be FFP. It doesn't feel too bad at all around here, actually. Nice and positive. Oops, a bit wide. That was a terrible line. I could have carried a bit more speed through there. All in all, it feels pretty good. It's not my favourite circuit in the world, but I have to say it could be worse. Yeah, apart from being, like I said, a little bit light on the steering, I think that's actually not bad at all. And once you've wound back the brake pressure a little bit, I can't remember whether that's on standard now or not. I think I wound it back the other day. But it's not too bad on lock up, because I found the other day when I was having a quick couple of laps around here, if you lock up and you get flat spots, they are horrendous. You know, in fact, they shake your teeth out type rattling in your force feedback. So make sure you've sorted your shit out, and make sure you try not to lock the brakes or turn on the ABS. I mean, that's always an option. I don't mind if you do, I don't mind if you don't, but I know a lot of people get a bit arsy about, oh, it hasn't got ABS, you shouldn't turn it on. I don't care. You're playing a game at the end of the day, so it's up to you to do what you like to enjoy the experience, and if you don't enjoy it without ABS, bloody turn it on. So, right, that's that's a little extra on the end there to have a quick couple of laps around Indy Grand Prix road course in the new Dallara I won't say DW again, IR-18. Nice car, like I said, about £4.50, something like that. Comes with lots of setups for different circuits, so I mean, it might be worth having a try around places like Portland. I think they use Portland for Indycar, which would probably be ridiculously fast around there, but there's several good circuits to have a play with that are actually in the series, so I might have a further play later, but for now, for me, that's enough BS. So enjoy racing, have fun, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.